Boys Papier. Boys Papier.
Welcome back to another episode of Bars by BA, and I am BA. If this is your first time hanging out with us, man, your first time checking out the channel, go ahead and click that bell so you can get the latest content, man, as it comes out every week. Every week, man, we're gonna drop something new, all right? So for those of y'all who have already subscribed to the channel, man, for those of y'all who tune in every week, man, appreciate you. Today, you get yourself an air high five. All right, and I want to give a special shout out to my boy Robert, man. You asked me to spend some time in Psalms 1, 2, and 3, and man, I did that. So this week, this one for you, man. If you all have some content that you would like for me to cover, man, leave it in the comments. If you have a scripture that you would like for me to spend some time on, and then later bring the bars forth, man, just let me know. Leave it down in the comments, and we'll definitely make that thing happen. Cool. So look, let's hop off into it, man. So back in the day, probably around 1993, the milk people, all right, the producers of milk, they decided to come up with this campaign, and the slogan for the campaign was "Got Milk," all right. And basically, the campaign was to encourage people to drink milk. Young people, old people, mamas, babies, all that. They wanted everybody to drink milk. And so what they decided to do was they said, look, let's get a lot of famous people and let's have them have milk mustaches with the caption, "Got Milk." So you had Nelly in these commercials. You had Venus and Serena Williams in these commercials. You had Muhammad Ali in these commercials. You had Tracy McGrady. You had Bernie Mac, one of the best comedians to ever do it, man. You had, who else you had in there? Tyra Banks, Naomi Campbell, Angelina Jolie. And you had a lot of big names, man, a lot of big hitters, all right? And they all had on milk mustaches, and the question was, got milk, all right? So today, the question is not got milk. The question is, got slaps. I know you shaking your head, SMH, I know. You heard me correctly. Got slaps, all right? And today, we're gonna come from Psalms chapter 3, verses 7 and 8. Psalms chapter 3, verses 7 and 8. All right, and in this particular text, David, man, he's in the wilderness. David, he's roughing it right now because his son Absalom had just stole the kingdom right from under his nose. So David was basically living on the run, and but he took some time out to spend some time with God, and he's praying to God. And his prayer, it's in the text. He says, "Lord, please slap my enemies in the face." Come on, David. He said, "Lord, please slap my enemies in the face." And if we can just be honest, man, we all have some enemies, all right? We all have some folks that dislike us for whatever reason. We all have some folks that we don't quite see eye to eye, okay? That's normal, all right? That's normal to have enemies. It's normal to have foes, all right? So look, we all got enemies. So if we all got enemies, that means we all have a list, all right? Bar number one is we all have a list, all right? You have a list of your favorite restaurants that you like to eat at. You have a list of your favorite music that you like to listen to. You have a list of places that you want to go before you leave Earth, all right? And just like you have that list, you have a slap list, all right? And a slap list is everybody that if you have the opportunity to slap them, you would do it because they've slapped you over and over. They treated you unfair. They treated you unjust. They treated you less than. And if you had a list, a chance to do it, you would do it. Now, some of y'all may have a long list. Some of y'all may have a short list. But either way, you got some names, all right? So David, he's having this conversation. He's saying, "Lord, slap my enemies in the face." It's in your text, man. Some of y'all's translations may say on the jaw, but still, last time I checked, the jaw is still connected to the face. But I like the translation that I was reading. Slap my enemies in the face. So bar number one is we all have a list. And in this text, man, it speaks to the frustration that David was dealing with. He was living in the wilderness. He went from being king to basically being nobody, and his own son did him dirty. His own son snatched the kingdom from him. All right? So David, he's keeping it real. And nowadays, man, people struggle We're keeping it real. All right, man, look, stop it. If David, who was a man after God's own heart, has a conversation with God and he's saying, Lord, slap my enemies in the face. But David is saying, look, they disrespected me, God, and can you handle it for me? All right, they disrespected me, and can you handle it for me? But look, man, we live in a day and time when somebody say, oh man, you know what? Oh, that's just how they are. Oh no. Somebody slap you, say, oh, I love everybody. That was the best slap I ever had. Can I get another slap? Man, stop being fake, man. Look, we all got enemies, all right? We all have enemies. All right, that's a bonus bar. We all have enemies, man. Bar number 2 is let God do the slapping. Let God do the slapping, man. Look, can you just imagine if you went around slapping everybody that was your enemy? Can you imagine that? I know some of y'all say, man, I had to feel so good, man. I don't care what the consequences would be, I would do it. But look, some of y'all, if we went around slapping folks, some of y'all gonna go to jail for assault, all right? Some of y'all may go to jail for attempted murder, depending on how hard you slap them. All right? So look, you can't go around slapping people. That's just a fact. I don't want y'all to be like, oh yeah, he said you can slap people. I'm not saying that. Let God do the slapping. As a matter of fact, Romans 12:19 says, vengeance is mine, thus says the Lord. What that is saying is that you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to go around telling your enemies, oh, God said I can slap you. Here you go. Nah, man, look, let God do the slapping, man. Let God take care of all that, all right? You just sit back, man. Sit back and turn the Carter up, all right? Let God do the slapping. So David, he's saying, Lord, look, slap my enemies in the face. They disrespected me. They treated me less than, man. And I don't know where you are right now, man, but they did you dirty. I don't know where you are right now, but they attacked your character. I don't know where you are right now, but they drug your name through the mud, man. But look, let God take care of that for you. You ain't got to do it. Listen, you don't have to do it. Let God do the slapping. All right. And then so David goes on and basically saying, look, Lord, in the end, we're going to get the victory because God, you look out for your people. All right. So bar number 3 is you win in the end. Oh man. Bar number 3 is you win in the end. Back when I was in college, man, I had a roommate named Mike T, man. Me and Mike T, we would play video games. Now, for those y'all say, oh, you're a gamer? No, I have not played a video game since T.O. played for the Eagles, okay? But we would play Fight Night, and that's a boxing game. And I would be Muhammad Ali. And man, Muhammad Ali, he was so cold on that game. And my roommate, we would be fighting. And man, like the first couple of rounds, I let him beat me up. I just be leaning on the ropes, taking body shots, getting punched, getting beat up all the time, right? But every time it looked like he was gonna win, I would come back and beat his head in, all right? So look, I don't know where you are, but you're up against the ropes and you've been taking some body punches and you feel like quitting. I don't know where you are, but you've been getting hit left and right. You got enemies all around you. But look, I came here to tell you that you win in the end, all right? Matter of fact, the great poet Big Sean once said, last night I took an L, but tonight I bounced back. Oh man, look, it's time for you to bounce back, all right? You got to know that in the end, you win. Matter of fact, David, his son Absalom, he had been murdered, he had been killed, and David was able to go back to being king. All right, this in your text, man, read it, check all that out. All right, but look, bar number 3 is you win in the end. And I'm gonna share this story about the donkey. The title of the story is The Donkey. There was this donkey that lived in a village, and there was a well, and the donkey had fallen into the well. So all the village people had went and they looked in the well. They said, what's in the well? What's in the well? They said, oh, it's a donkey. So, oh man, it's a donkey? I thought it was a horse. So instead of using resources to get that donkey out the well, they said, look, let's just go ahead and come up with a plan to kill the donkey. So what they did was they got dirt and they got shovels and they started shoveling dirt onto the donkey, and they continued to shovel dirt onto the donkey. And every time that they threw dirt on the donkey would shake the dirt off and pat it under its feet. stick with me, I'm going somewhere. So every time that they threw dirt on the donkey, he would simply just shake it off and pat it under his feet. So they continued to throw dirt on him and he continued to shake it off. So eventually they threw enough dirt on the donkey where he was able to pat enough dirt under his feet and he was able to walk out of the well himself. Oh man, you missed it. I don't know where you are, but they've been throwing dirt on you. I don't know where you are, but they've been trying to bury you. But look, I'm here to tell you that you have to shake that dirt off and you have to walk up out that thing. All right, cool, man. So look, the gold bar for today is, it's real easy breezy. All right, the gold bar for today is humility is power under control. Come on, man. Humility is power under control, meaning I could do it, but I'm not gonna do it. I could do it, but I'm gonna let God handle it, all right? The old folks say, I turned it over to the Lord and he worked it out. Oh yeah, all right? So man, look, like, share, man, leave a comment, man. Hopefully this was refreshing, man. Hopefully you can move forward, man. Look, you win in the end, man, all right? Last night I took a L, but tonight I bounced back, man. We out.